All right. Welcome to our July Boomerang team call right before Summit. Super, super exciting. I am so pumped because Michelle Rice is going to speak to us tonight, and she is a new coach as of May who's just been on fire, lighting it up. And so I asked her to come and share some of her best practices, what's been working really well for her. I truly think that for all of us, collaboration and working smarter, not harder, is the key to all of this. So I've asked Michelle to speak to us. She's going to share her best tips and tricks, and then we'll probably have a little bit of time to ask questions back and forth. And since it's a smaller group of us too, we'll be able to banter a little bit. So I'm going to mute myself, put you on, Michelle, and you can take it away.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, Marie. When Marie first asked me, I was like, well, maybe, because I was super nervous and I had no idea exactly what she wanted me to say or what I was supposed to do. And she's like, just do it, just go. So here I am.
Can we just like that? We could literally just end the call right there. That's just the secret to coaching. Just do it, just go. And call is done. That's it.
And that's it, you guys. I just do it. But like anything else in life, if we never step out of our comfort zone, then we're never going to grow. We're never going to experience new things and see what we're capable of. But really, what I do is super simple. I don't complicate anything, like Marie said. Just obviously be patient with yourself. Not everyone is going to be on board with what we're doing right away for whatever reasons they might have. I know some people that I've contacted, they've had a bad experience with previous Beachbody coaches. So I don't know if, the previous coaches are just, messaging them even when they say, please stop, or just, I don't know what they do. But I stay positive. I keep showing up every day on my stories, in my day-to-day life. And if you guys just keep showing up every day and just doing what you do, they're going to see you. They're going to get curious, and then they're going to start asking questions. And that's what I've noticed with all of my followers, and even with my friends, even with my close friends. I was like, hey, you guys, like, are you interested? This is what I'm doing. And they're like, nope. And now, like, a lot of my friends have joined just because they've seen the changes that I've been making, and they want that too. I also absolutely have to stress how important the vital behaviors are. I do these faithfully every single day. So if you guys aren't doing them, please do them, because it really is how you grow your business and yourself. And just reminder of what they are. The first one is be proof that the products work. The second one is connect, invite, follow up. The third one, get people the results. And the fourth one, do personal development. My morning routine that I follow every day, I get up early, like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and drink my coffee. I just think about all the things that I'm grateful for, what I'm going to accomplish for the day, and then I read whatever personal development book that I have on the go. Right now, I think it's downstairs, but I'm reading this one, and it's called Build Your Tribe. And so it's just kind of talking about like how you get rid of the toxic people out of your life and how you connect with the people who you want to surround yourself with and build your tribe with them. And I also find this time to myself before the kids get up and gets my day going. It's like really important to me. It gets me on the right foot with an open mind and ready to conquer whatever is going to get thrown at me for the day. I also use the BAT, the Business Activity Tracker. It keeps me accountable, keeps me organized. I just go down the sheet and I check things off as I do them. I am constantly inviting new people, probably like 40 to 50 people a week. I randomly will pick people in my contact list on Facebook and Instagram, and I just send out invites. People who watch my stories, people who comment on my posts, family. I just have notes set in the notepad on my phone, and then I just copy and paste them. I change them up according to what I want to send out. If we have a new challenge group, I add that in, just that kind of stuff. I also send thank you messages to people who like my posts, or people following along on my journey through the stories. And I just, thank, like, hey, thanks for following along and supporting me. I'll find one on my phone and read it to you guys.
This is awesome for me to hear, Michelle, just while you find that, because for me, like, number one, it tells me that teaching the right things, which that's great. But number two, it just shows you that, like, keeping it simple is the most important part of this whole thing. It's like, just show up and do the vitals. Just show up and do the vitals. Just like show up, do your workout, drink your Shaco, read your PD, post on social media, invite 40 to 50 people a week via stories, people who comment, people who like. That's it. Have conversations with new people. So this is really refreshing for me to hear also, because I think it's so easy for us to be like, well, okay, but that seems too simple. What's the secret? But this is it. It's just like show up with consistency and keep it simple. So it's a good reminder for me as well.
Okay. I just put hey and then their name, or if it's one of my friends or something, I'll just be like, hey babe, thank you so much for following along on my fitness journey. I wanted to reach out and see if you'd be interested in joining one of my fitness groups to grow in confidence and get healthy from the inside out. We will focus on nutrition, motivation, accountability, workouts, and support. Let me know if you or anybody that you know would be interested. I'd love to have your positive vibes in the group. And that's just a basic one that I would send. And then I have just another, like, really short one. Hi, thank you so much for liking my posts and showing your support. I'm really excited for this new fitness journey that I'm on, and I love sharing it with social media, just to try to get a conversation going. So that's a little thank you one. I also initiate conversations with people about things they say in their stories or something that they mention in a post on their page. I do the power hours on the Beachbody Coach page. I try to do 2 a week, one for sure. Sometimes I try to do 2 of those power hours. I also watch the Monday wake up calls, or else I listen to the podcast when I'm driving. I just find that you can learn, like, a lot of new little tips or stay up to date with things that are happening. I stay consistent. I always show up for my followers. I post 1 post a day on just like my Instagram page and on my Facebook. And then several times throughout the day, I go on my story. Sometimes I do like live talks, and I just talk about my general life, what I'm up to. Something happening with Beachbody. Right now, I've been talking lots about the Morning Meltdown 100. I talk about our supplements, products that I'm using. And the one day I posted on my story when my Shakeology arrived, I just kind of posted a thing on my story, and later that day I had somebody message me about it, and then they ordered it just because they saw it on my story and they wanted to try it. And then I made sure to follow up with them when they received it, and I shared the link for like all the different recipes. And I followed up a couple times since, just to see, like, hey, how are things going with your Shakeology? And he's like, I really like it. And he said, I'll be honest, I've tried lots of different meal replacements and shakes and stuff. And he said, these are really good. So that's that. I always post my workout so they can see that I'm a product of the product. And I like to share my journey because I'm proud of it and I love what I'm doing. And then I feel that if we do that and they see that we're excited and we're happy and we like it, then it's intriguing to them and they know that this is real. I also like to post like motivational quotes or images just because that's the kind of person I am. And I feel that we need to be ourselves and we need to be real and not fake. I'm sure you guys have all seen like fake people on Instagram and I don't know. Like me personally, I usually skip over it because you can tell that they're not real people. Well, they're real people, but they're just posting what they want us to see. And I follow up with my customers every week, usually on Fridays, just to see how things are going, any struggles that they're having, successes that they want to share with me, how are they feeling kind of overall. Do they like the shakes? What recipes have they tried? I ask how their everyday life is with their work. How are they sleeping? How is their stresses, food, etc.
Do you have Michelle, sorry, when you check in with your followers or with your clients on Fridays, do you send like a little copy paste of like a couple questions, or how do you do that with all those questions?
No, well, because I keep a little like kind of journal for each one of my customers.
Yeah.
So that way when they share things with me, like say 1 week they're kind of struggling with their nutrition, they just can't seem to get back on track. So then I offer them like kind of like tips and suggestions. And then when I check in with them the next week, I just say like, like how'd you make out with your nutrition this week? Did you find that helpful? So
cool.
Yeah, so I just kind of make the conversation with the things that they share with me.
Awesome. So you're being a great listener. That's essentially what you're saying.
Yeah, I like to just develop that bond with them, and I want them to feel understood, listened to, and important, and that I truly do care about them and their goals and their dreams. What else? Oh, and then just for the first time, I kind of like in the middle of June, I started working on a newsletter. And so on July 1st, I sent out this little newsletter that I created to all of my customers and my coaches. And I just kind of shared with them like the new Morning Meltdown 100 program. And I included like the link so that they could watch like the sizzle video. And then I shared a Shakeology recipe with them. And then I shared just like this little kind of encouragement and tips to stay accountable. And then I asked them if this was something that they would like to see on a regular basis. And if so, to send me a reply, and I would add them to the list for next month. And I think I had like 5 people message me right away and be like, yes. So I'm going to make another one while we're traveling and send it out. And you can get a lot of the information just off of like the Beachbody website. And you can attach links like from your own website. So when they click on them, it directs them to your page. And yeah, that's really all that I do.
That's awesome, Michelle. I think I just made a whole page of notes here because always learning. I'm serious, a whole page.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm an avid note taker. Because I think that if you're not learning, you're dying. So that's my thing. And even though I'm the one that taught you these things, it's still like is good to like reciprocate and bring it back. But I really liked a couple of things you said. Number one, you said, I like to share my journey because I'm proud of it and I love what I'm doing. And that was so simple, but so meaningful. And I underlined it for myself because I think it's so easy to get caught up in like metrics or even comparison with other coaches, or like you feel like you should be farther along or whatever, but just sharing your journey because you truly love what you're doing. That's what leads to the greater metrics anyways. And I really like to, that you said that you started a little newsletter. That's a really awesome initiative. And you're being resourceful. Like you're grabbing Shakeology recipes from the Beachbody blog. How easy is that to copy and paste something that somebody else might not have, remembered or even thought to access, and those resources are free. So that's really, you're reteaching me that just really to simplify and just use the resources already available instead of trying to create all the time. If you can't already tell, I try to create new things all the time because I like creating, but it's really helpful for me to learn that. So I don't know if you girls want to ask Michelle any questions. I'm sure she'd be happy to chat. Britt said, so awesome. Thank you. So simple. I love it. Anna said, yes, great reminders.
Yeah.
Am I unmuted?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, good. Okay. I find it really hard to keep track of the people that I've messaged like through my stories. Like the people like if I've messaged a couple of people through stories and I feel like it's if they don't reply or they say no, I'm like terribly afraid I'm gonna like accidentally message them again and ask them again if they like continue to watch my stories but like don't want to like join a program or anything. How do you like keep track of all of the people that you message if you're messaging that many people every week?
On that bat, like on the business activity tracker, on the back of it, there's like a lined page, and I just write down their name, the date, and just like a little note like sent invite to join Morning Meltdown 100, and then kind of in the brackets behind it I'll put they told me they weren't interested, or they said message me later, kind of thing. So then I just know. That's how I keep track of who I've messaged and not to go back again.
I got like super overwhelmed doing that. Like even like, cause I would write down all the people that didn't reply to, cause I would feel, I don't know, I was like minorly afraid I'm just going to continue to email, like message the same people. Cause they tend to be the same people that watch my stories and that come up like at the top of my, like.
But you know what, Anna, Michelle was that person for me, and I'm pretty sure I asked her like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And there was a time when I was like,
even when she didn't respond.
Of course. Yeah. Like the stats show that people, like there's a limit and you can feel it out, but like the stats show that people need to be exposed to something at least like 4 to 7 times, on the greater end of 7, before they trust it, commit to it, consider it, whatever. So for me, like, if she's still watching my stories, that's straight up permission for me to reach out and be like, hey girl, I still see you watching my stories. Why haven't you joined me yet?
Yeah.
You know?
And what I've done too, if people have, because you know how it shows if they've read it, right? It says seen. Yeah. And if they don't reply, then usually, I don't know, like about 4 days later, I'll just send them another message and I'll be like, hi Jamie, hope you're enjoying your summer so far. Just wanted to touch base quick and see if you received my message the other day about our new program that is starting up soon. Could I send you some more information? So I just send like a follow-up, like, hey, just checking in. Did you get my message? You want me to send you some information?
Yeah.
And then lots of times they'll answer me and they'll be like, oh, so sorry. Yeah, like I meant to reply.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah. I guess sometimes I feel like I'm bothering people, but like I think I just like
You're not.
But like I feel like I am, but I'm not.
you have to just remember that like most people are legitimately so distracted that they read it and forgot to respond. They read it and thought they'd get back to it later. They pressed read and didn't even realize they pressed read.
I mean, I should know. I do that all the time. I mentally reply to things every single day.
Yeah.
So I should know this, but
just remember that like most people are so concerned with their own shit that they're not even thinking about, oh, Anna's messaging me, inviting me to get healthier and happier. Like they're not. But we do that to ourselves. We straight up do that to ourselves. Our ego is like, ooh, I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just remember that like you have such a gift and it's now your opportunity and like almost obligation to pay that forward. Like you have this gift, so share it.
Yep.
Yeah. And you know what? If they're getting sick of you inviting them, they're going to do one of 2 things. They're going to unfollow you or they're going to block you.
It's true.
Right? So
it's true. There was a saying that I heard when in my first year of coaching, and it stuck with me legitimately all 4 years still, and I still get such a kick out of it. I think it was Chelsea Pearson who said it. And she said, some will, some won't, so what, who's next? And like when she said that, I was like, damn, like that's hardcore, but I kind of like it because it's true, because some people are going to be ready, some people are not going to be ready, or just don't want to have anything to do with it. Who can I help next? Like who's next? Nothing is taken personal. I have no like agenda other than helping whoever comes into my circle and wants to be helped. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But
like
and you can make it a game too, Anna. Like, you're pretty competitive, so like make it a game with yourself.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, if I reach out to like 50 people this week, let's just see what the numbers are of people who respond back and how many conversations I can get going and maybe how many follow-ups I can start from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, making it a game would be super fun.
Yeah.
I could totally get into that.
Make it a game, because then it makes it less, you take yourself out of it. You take your fears and worries out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a game.
Yep. I mean, I do that every day in practice, and I should just apply it to my
You
beach
should.
body coaching.
Yes. 100%. What about you, Britt? How's it going with stuff? I know you said it's been a little bit slower because you guys have been busy, but
Yeah, I haven't been inviting as many people as I should.
But you did just sign up another coach too, so
yeah, people are still reaching out to me too, just
Which
from
is
posting on my stories. So
yeah, you're consistent AF, which is awesome.
Yeah.
There was another thing, Michelle, that you said that was so key, and I don't know if everybody caught it because I catch myself not doing this very well sometimes. And you said you share your workouts every day no matter what, but you also were sharing your Shakeology. You were also sharing your personal development and stuff. And then because you shared your Shakeology, somebody reached out to you and wanted to try it.
Mm-hmm.
I forget to share Energize and Hydrate and my Shakeology. I forget to share those things because it's such a habit for me to just make it and drink it. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I recorded my workout and I shared some clips of me talking about life and maybe like a shot for my morning routine, but I forget to share the products that I'm also using every day. And as soon as I start sharing about like Energize or whatever, I have like 7 people message me being like, ooh, what's that hype juice you're talking about? And I'm like, oh my God, I have to share about this more often. So that was such a good reminder too. Like, if you don't share about it, people don't know that you are offering it.
Yeah. And a lot of people, they don't know that we have like creatine or like those beach bars and stuff like that. They don't know that. Like, when I told some people that, they're like, really, you have creatine? And I was like, yeah, do you want to try it?
So good. So good. Okay, I want to be mindful of everybody's time, but Michelle, do you have anything else that you want to add to it? That was a fantastic call, by the way. It was so simple, a really good reminder. But do you have anything else that you wanted to add to that before we close out?
I don't think so.
Just keep rocking it. You guys are all doing really well. And you know what I will say too, like, I know that it's funky and maybe some people didn't know we had a call tonight, but the people who show up for the calls are also the people who do really well. That's it. Because, you know, you got to show up when you don't really feel like it, as well as the times when you do feel like it. That's the trick. It's not just I feel like doing it today, so I'll send out invites, and then like not for 2 weeks, you don't feel like doing anything. You know what I mean? It's the consistency is everything. The compound effect of you showing up and doing a very small little bit every day. If you just showed up and you invited 3 people every single day and added 3 new people to your network every day, that would be so much better than showing up once every 2 weeks. 100%. Because the compound effect.
If you guys haven't checked out the Coach 411 Facebook page, do it. There's lots of really like good like ideas and like tips and stuff that people do, and when you watch their little calls and even those power hours, then you're like, oh, how come I was never doing that? Like that one, I don't know if you guys watch it, for like the upselling and just randomly adding things to people's carts. And then I do that. Like, I'll put the power greens in there or the digestive enzymes or a box of beach bars, and I'll just be like, hey, yeah, like I tossed in a box of those beach bars. I think, you know, they'd be a really good snack for you, because my one friend is a hairdresser, and so she works long and she's always on her feet, and lots of times she doesn't get a lunch. And so I was like, yeah, I think they'd be a really good snack for you while you're working and you don't get a chance to get your lunch. You got free shipping on them. If it doesn't fit with your budget, just remove them. But they leave them in.
Yeah, that's awesome. Really good tip again.
I have been able to upshare a little bit, so that I did really enjoy that video for sure.
It's so simple,
you
hey? But
like a nice way, because it's not like you're saying, oh, it's not like you're just like putting it in there, but it's like, hey, like from what we talked about, like this would fit your lifestyle. So like you can totally take it out if you want, but I figured that you would really like this. So, you know, do what you want.
Yeah.
And then you get to feel good because you actually listened. They get to feel good because they feel listened to. And it's just like this whole like reciprocity of love. And then they get chocolate beach bars.
Yeah. Oh, and I just want to share one thing with you guys. I was sending a follow-up text. Okay. You guys will giggle about this. Okay, so I was like, hello, beautiful. Just doing a check-in to see how things are going. Did you have another episode of sugar cravings when you tried another shake? And then she said, this is her reply. Hi, Michelle. I love your posts. You're making really good progress. No, I haven't tried the shakes again. Perhaps I can do it on the weekend when I'm at home and have good access to good food if I do start having a sugar craving. It was really hard having the cravings when I was at work. And then I said, thank you, Lynn. That's a really good idea. I hope it doesn't happen again because not only does that suck, but I feel like the shakes would be really beneficial to you and give you more results with your weight loss. How's the keto plan going for you? Have you incorporated a workout plan yet? And she goes, LOL, boy, you are an accountable coach.
That's awesome because you're listening and you're making notes like you said too.
Yeah. And then she just says, no, I haven't started an exercise program. Yes, that's me. Yes, I'm still doing the keto, but I'm at a standstill.
Wait, so then what did she sign up with you for?
Ultimate Portion Fix.
Oh, the Ultimate Portion Fix.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought we couldn't, like, it's really hard to do keto.
It is.
When I was watching videos, I thought it was like almost like next to impossible.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what's crazy though? And this is something that you might come into because keto is still like a really, I would say, big hype diet right now.
Yeah.
Is that most of the people, some people use keto for dietary reasons and health reasons, sure. However, most of the people who are using the keto diet are doing it for weight loss anyways. And if somebody's using a keto diet for weight loss, you can just gently educate them like, are you going to eat keto for the rest of your life? Because if you're not, then you're going to gain that weight back. So you might as well learn how to eat for your body and for weight loss that's sustainable instead. And so I just suggest to people, I'm like, try this out. Like try this educational nutrition course out, see if it works for you for 30 days. And like, honestly, 9 times out of 10, if they're open to it, they do it. They're like, oh my God, this is great. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And as a woman, you need carbohydrates.
Yeah.
I just had a girl stop her keto and join the Ultimate Portion.
Yeah, good job, Brett. We're going to convert all of them.
Yeah.
It's great. Okay, I have nothing against, like, I personally eat like a higher fat, lower carbohydrate diet, and I've got lots of dietary restrictions and whatever, autoimmune stuff. However, like as women with the way that our cycles flow also, like we actually legitimately need carbohydrates. Otherwise we go crazy because we starve our brain of glucose and our brain needs, anyways. It's just like helping women to understand like, yo, you're going to need some quality carbohydrates in your diet. Is helpful. So keep on the good fight.
Yeah.
Oh, should we take a little picture?
Yes.
Of our crew? I'll take it on my screen is not bright though. Yeah. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Bunch of cuties. I'll send that to you guys.
Perfect.
Yay. Okay, well, thank you so much for jumping on, Michelle. Thank you for hosting us. That was a really great call and really simple reminders that like are so necessary just to listen to and implement all the time. It's really easy to overcomplicate. It's really easy to think for myself personally, I fall into the trap of thinking I need to do more than I'm doing just out of whatever, old bad habits. But
I do that too sometimes. And I really make sure not to spend like too much time doing all the steps on the bat because it starts to get really overwhelming and then you just forget what you're doing and you lose, like you get distracted. So don't make it complicated.
It's easy to be a perfectionist and just continue doing the things and all of a sudden like 3 hours is gone by and you're like, oh my God, I have other things to do in my life today.
Guilty.
On a computer and write down everything that I need to do and then do.
Yeah. I would almost be curious if we could do, like, I know everybody has different schedules, so maybe not a live power hour in our team page, but it'd be kind of cool to have like a little accountability challenge and just see if we could do like a 30-minute power hour every day for like a week or something and just be like, log my 30 minutes in and out, got this many invites out, got this many new followers or whatever, you know what I mean? Like something like that might be kind of nice to.
So I've missed some of the power hour stuff. What exactly, is it just like working for an hour?
It's basically just like for any given time, but the power out, like full hour is like for 15 minutes, you're doing your connections. For like another 15 minutes, you're doing invitations. For another 15 minutes, you might be following up. You know what I mean? It's just like doing your coach business tracker checklist in that hour and getting it done. But you can do it in half an hour too. Like,
yeah.
I think it's so easy. This would be the last thing I say, and then I'll shut up. But it's so easy to see other coaches and be like, oh my God, I have to send like 60 invites a day. Like, I have never sent 60 invites in a day. The days that I send like 30 or 40, I feel so spent that I don't invite for the next 3 or 4 days because I'm like, yo, I don't want to talk to that many people. Like, I love people and I love what I do, but that's a lot. So I find that like finding a good sweet spot number for yourself. For my first like year or two as a coach, I legitimately put 5 people a day. That was my thing. I was like, I can invite 5 people a day. I got 10 minutes. I can invite 5 people. I can find 5 new people today to invite. And that was my thing. I added 5 new friends. I started 5 new conversations. Like, I might have thanked 5 new people and I invited 5 people every day for like the first 2 years. It takes like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep it simple for yourself and find something that you can do long-term. Find something you're going to be able to keep going with and not stop with. That's the key.
And follow up, Anna.
Yeah. Hardcore.
Follow
Make it a
up.
game. Make it a game.
I'm good at the following up. I do everything all at once, and then I'm overwhelmed, like Marie said, and then I'm like, okay, I need a break from people, because then they all message me back, and then I'm like, oh my God, what do I do?
Yeah. Hide.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
but
totally
I
going to
follow up with the people that don't respond to me, because I have not been doing that. I
do it.
follow up with the people that do, but people that don't, I'll be on it.
Do it. And think about it too, Anna. Like, you and I kind of had some conversations, but like, if I wouldn't have reached back out and been like, hey, are you still thinking about it? I don't know. Maybe we would have just drifted.
Actually, you did. I reached out to you.
You did, but then, you know what I mean? Like, if we would have like just let that conversation go, if I would have been like, ooh, I don't know, she's a pro golfer, I'm intimidated, or whatever story that if I would have made one up.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. The initial chat that we had, yes, I reached out to you, but after that, then you did. Yeah.
Totally. With a follow-up.
Yes. The follow-up. That is it. That is it.
Okay. We're totally going to get cut off, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for jumping on, and I'll put the recording in the team page.
Okay.
Awesome.
Have fun.
Bye. I will.
Bye.
Yes. Oh, and you guys can stream the opening and closing ceremonies. I put the link in the team page as well.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Bye, guys.
See ya.